guys. Someone kick it off for me. Someone tell me how confident you are in a player and why they're going to crush at their ADP in 2024.
I got you, Pat. I'll go ahead and kick it off here. Probably one of the highest ADPs I think we'll talk today. I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson. Currently ranked 13 at ADP. Garrett Wilson, as you were talking flag plants, I think he's a very safe pick. Um, you know, Being ranked at 13, that's just the start of the second round. But honestly, I would grab him anywhere after pick nine and on. All right. So I guess with that being said, I'm thinking he's going to be outperforming that position there. If you're looking at a few wide receivers that go before him, he's actually wide receiver 7 off the board as well. If we kind of look at his talent, coming into the league, we know what Garrett Wilson offers, but we also know what he had to work with in 2023, right? So, he was fourth in targets last year in the 23 season, and he also led the league in uncatchable targets as well. So I think it kind of makes sense with Zach Wilson as his QB last year. Not saying that Aaron Rodgers is still his we'll go back to his true form, but I think it's safe to say that even like a 50-year-old Aaron Rodgers will probably would be better than a Zach Wilson. So I'm pretty firm on Garrett Wilson. I said anywhere after pick nine, I would be all over it. And I just love him at this ADP as well because you can get I honestly think he can be a top five wide receiver this year, passing AJ Brown and even Justin Jefferson with his QB concerns this year as well. So potential there. And then the beauty of it all is if you're around that range in picking, you can get a stud running back right after that too. So anytime I think you can get a top five wide receiver and a top five running back, you're setting yourself up beautifully in your draft there too. So yeah, I guess that's just kind of why I'm high on Garrett Wilson is just I think just being that sole alpha over there with the Jets. And I think we always talk touchdown regression, but this is almost the opposite story where he only came down with 3 touchdowns last year in 2023. So with that target share in 2024, I think there should be touchdown upside in 2024 as well.
Aaron wants to talk some positive touchdown regression. Positive regression to the mean is the term you're looking for there, Aaron.
There you
As
go.
far as his ADP goes, I think 13 overall is appropriate. I think WR7 is just about right. Aaron makes a really good point. You can start your draft with one of those running backs like a Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs at the end of round one, and then kind of flip over to round two and just grab a wide receiver. I kind of like that approach because it sets you up to kind of do whatever you want in the next when the 3-4 turn comes. If you're drafting at the end of round one, so you're kind of more open ended, having one running back and one receiver. Like I said before, I'm a big hero running back guy where I want one of those stud running backs. So I think Wilson is perfectly fine, priced appropriately, and as Aaron Rodgers' top receiver, I mean, we saw that would be nothing but gold for Devontae Adams for a few years, and if Rodgers can squeak out one more good solid season of NFL production, even if he's not in his prime, I think it could spell good things for Garrett Wilson as well. Ethan, give me your thoughts on Wilson, and then give me your first flag plant player.
Not much more to add about Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson's a good receiver in a prime position to take off in 2024 with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. As Aaron said, he is the sole alpha on that team. Not a ton of target competition with frequently injured Mike Williams. You have Xavier Gibson right now slotted at the wide receiver 3. Malachi Corley and Alan Lazard is also there with Tyler Conklin at the tight end position. So Garrett Wilson is the clear alpha in that room and should be peppered with targets. So I do like the call with Garrett Wilson. I think he should be a locked and loaded wide receiver 1 this year if all goes well in New York.